Hey guys, it's Clone5, and today I'm going to be doing my Spider-Man Homecoming minifigure showcase to celebrate the release of course, Spider-Man Homecoming. So for this video, I have Spider-Man in his suit from Civil War, like the one that Iron Man gave him, Spider-Man in his homemade suit, Iron Man Mark 47. I should have had Vulture done. He's not really done yet. So there will be a separate showcase video for him, just because he wasn't ready for this video. But yeah, so I have these three figures to show you guys today. So let's just get started. Guys, to start off this video, I have the Iron Man made Spider-Man suit. This figure was actually pretty simple aside from doing all the webbing on the head. Even the eyes were pretty simple. Once you got one down, you just have to do it again, which isn't that hard. But yeah, so the only thing that I really don't like about this figure is probably the spider logo. I'm just going to use this pin because then you guys can see it better. But this spider logo doesn't look very good. I would love to redo it, except I did redo it like 7 times and it still didn't look very good. So I just left it like that. The only other thing that I don't like is whenever I do one of these Spider-Man heads, this part of the head, like that bottom part of that webbing, always looks like a smile and not just webbing. It looks like he's smiling, and that just doesn't look very good, because he can't really see any emotion through the Spider-Man suit except for his eyes, as you guys can see in the back picture. But yeah, so other than those two things, I think that this figure turned out pretty great. There's the back. I actually just realized that I forgot to put some webbing on the back. I'll have to do that when this video's over. Or when I'm done recording this video. And also on the side. Oops. I guess I was just rushing through these figures. But, so, the legs are pretty simple. They're just a bunch of black lines on the legs. And then, other than the back and that side, for right now, the lines, the webbing does go all the way around on both sides, or it will, or it should, but, yeah, so then, this figure actually just started off as a bunch of plain parts, and I just painted everything on, and that's pretty much it. This figure is actually pretty self-explanatory, except for the fact that there is, web shooters. You can't really see it. I'll show you guys this arm. There is some web shooters on his arm. So yeah. I also forgot to put the little web cartridge thingies on his belt. So I forgot quite a few things on this figure. But that's okay. I'll probably just add those few things, and then when I do a Vulture showcase, I will just show you guys what I've updated. So let's get on to the next figure. The Spider-Man homemade suit was actually very simple, a lot easier than this guy. He was very simple, and you guys can kind of see my reflection. But he was very simple, and there's a bit of glare. There you go. Let's see. There you go. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at showcasing figures yet. This is only my second video, and I'm just learning how to figure out how to do this. So that's actually a computer in the background with that picture. But yeah, so for this figure, I did every little thing on it, including that spider, which is definitely the best part. And there's this little white speck on it. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. But I did everything on this figure, and this is definitely my favorite out of the 2 Spider-Man suits that I made. So let's just start off with the head. Just gonna zoom in a bit. So for the head, it was just a plain red head, that I then sculpted the eyes, onto it, just because in the movie, as you guys can see in the background picture, he does have those eye things when they, like, bulge out a bit, and I did try to add those little, like, loops in the back, like, right there, but they just didn't turn out too well, so I just decided to leave the eyes just like this, and then just paint in the little white. But yeah, and then there is a bit of a red line going right down the middle, if you guys can kind of see it. That's supposed to be that same line right there. And then taking the head off, without damaging the eyes. I just used the Wild Style hood piece from the Lego Movie, and then just painted it red, and then I just painted the little bit of a zipper right there on the neck area. So yeah, and then for the spider, I completely did everything on this figure, but that spider is definitely my favorite part about any of the details on all three of these figures that I've made for this movie. This is definitely my favorite part of all of them, just because of how well I did it. It just looks really accurate and stuff. But then you can see that line continuing. That was on the hood. So yeah, and that was on the face. And then there's some pockets there and there. There's a hair on this thing. And then turning the figure to the side, I just have a little web shooter on his arm that is like this cardboard kind of material, and that's on both arms, which I painted silver. And then he has some dark red hands that I painted a bit of his actual hand on. And then for his legs, they're just basic red boots with black lines, and of course they do go on all four sides of the legs. And then also, don't know why I just put the head back on, but also I did make a alternate Peter Parker head. I just took one of the Legolas heads from, I think it was The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, one of the two. And then I just, oops. Like I said, guys, this is a computer, so I just hit a button that switched the backgrounds. But this was a Legolas head that I just scratched off the cheekbones and the mouth, and then I painted a smile. Then I took the Superman hairpiece, sanded down the sides a little bit, just because of that really annoying like part that comes out on both sides, and painted it dark brown because I don't think Lego makes a dark brown one of this hairpiece. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this figure. There is no details on the back of the torso just because I could not find any pictures that showed good detail, because I was using, I think it's the Hot Toys collectible figures. That's what I was using for my reference for all of these, or for this suit and the Iron Man suit. But yeah, so let's get on to that Iron Man suit. For the last figure in the showcase, I have the Iron Man Mark 47 suit, and this is probably one of my best figures that I've ever painted, just because of the details that I was able to put in, and because of how clean some of the lines are and stuff. There's no like messy lines or anything. So yeah, so let's just start off with the helmet. So for the helmet, I took the standard Iron Man, I think it's Mark 43 helmet, and then the lines that Lego puts are inaccurate, because they don't put it like this is actually supposed to. So I painted over the lines that weren't needed there, so like the middle part, and then I just left those top parts of the lines just because they look great. And then I added my own lines. These are probably the only lines that don't look very good. They're kind of messy a little bit. I'm gonna have to go back and redo them a little. But yeah, and then I've seen quite a few people do this on their Iron Man suits, mainly MGF Customs. He adds like his on his Iron Man suits, he has the basic standard dark red for Iron Man, and he adds this light red color just because it looks, or it like makes the figure look a lot better. So I did that on the chin part and up there on this helmet, and also a little bit on the back, but I'll get onto that in a second. I also did it on a few different parts of the torso, but also I'll get onto that in a minute. But so I just painted the cheek area on both sides. The silver, just gonna zoom in a little bit. There you go. But I painted those silver. It's on both sides, and then I of course painted the outlines of the helmet in black, like they should actually be put on. And then there's a bit more of that light red. And then inside of the helmet, just gonna take it off. I do have the HUD painted in. It's not very good. The lines are kind of thick. I'll probably go back and redo that also. But I don't really mind because the suit is just or the faceplate, or face mask, whatever it's called, is gonna just be covering it like that, and you guys won't really see it. So yeah, and then, so that's pretty much it for the head and helmet. Well, helmet, I just used the standard Tony Stark head from, like, the Age of Ultron sets, I think it was. But yeah, so zooming out a little bit, so for the torso armor, I took a, I don't even know what minifigure series, but it was the hockey armor piece. I think it was from the Series 4 hockey player. But I took that piece, and then I sculpted onto it with some clay, and I used an X-Acto knife just to get out all the lines, or to, yeah, just to sculpt in all the little lines. And then, yeah, so, and then I covered it in crazy glue, just so that way it wouldn't get damaged. And then I painted all the little details. All those little white dots are lights that are on a suit. They're kind of hard to see, and they should be in light blue, like a very light blue. You guys can kind of see how it's like a really light bluey greenish color. I wouldn't be very good at painting in over those white eyes, so I didn't want to risk messing those eyes up. So yeah, so I just decided to go with white. Sorry for the weird color changing every few seconds, but then this arc reactor is also white. Then he's just got a bunch of basic lines and stuff. There you go, now it's bright again. And then the arms, I'm only going to show this side because that side kind of looks bad, because I did this side first, and I'm not very good at mirroring things when they're the exact same. But yeah, so the arm just has a few more lines and stuff. And then on the back of the figure, there's a few a few more of those like lights. There's just a bunch of basic details in silver and gold, and then just some black lines. And then the hands were just normal gray, or dark bluish gray hands that I painted some silver and red onto. And then just gonna show you guys what it looks like underneath the armor. Let's see if this can come off. It kind of gets stuck. It was just a red torso that I then painted silver. It's the same thing on the back, pretty much. But yeah, so let's just put this back on. And then also on the top, there's just a bunch of gold, and then there's some more of those red highlights that I put in. Let's put his helmet back on. And then for the legs, these were pretty simple. Not the hardest thing to do at all. Just a bit of basic details and some dark gray, some silver and black lines, and then just a little bit of gold. Not really that difficult. Then you guys also might notice that big, like, crack in between there. Or not crack, just gap in between the leg and the, whatever that's called. Sorry guys, I accidentally hit the stop recording button. I do that a lot in my videos. I should really stop. But, yeah, so like I said, the legs were pretty easy. Just some simple lines. Like I said, the left side turned out a lot better than the right side did. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this figure. And that's pretty much it for this showcase video. So let's just go and end this video off. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm sorry for not having that Vulture figure done. I will have a showcase video going out on him, probably on my birthday, which is on July 17th, so that'll be cool. And I'll also update that Spider-Man a little bit, this one, and then throw him in just to show you guys that I did finish him. But yeah, I will have a showcase video for him. I really hate that helmet, but other than that, the figure's awesome so far. And yeah, so if you guys want to check out these figures in better detail, well, not in better detail, but in better detail before I upload a showcase video, please do go check out my Instagram. There is a link to it on my YouTube page. And also, if you guys, I would really like it if you guys could leave a like and comment what you guys think about these minifigures. These are definitely some of my best figures. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.